Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Casper Network, aka Casper. As you guys are probably all aware of by now, it is one of my favorite holdings. But with that being said, let's sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable or useful or interesting in any sort of way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. But with that being said, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about Casper, a little bit about some price targets as well for Casper, because there is some significance around some major ones. Yeah, let's just jump in and let's talk about it. So first off, Casper has been a little bit of a long-term hold for me now, coming up on, I want to say, close to 6 months now. It's been a while, but for the most part, this one has been a gem, but it's also been one that has been ranging on a little bit at around this 8 centile mark. In fact, on the 7-day span, you guys could see the low it made at about 8 cents. On the 1-month span, you could see the lows that it made all the way back here initially in, January, which was around like 7.5 cents. And now we're just kind of ranging sideways here. Trading volume is down. Of course, the entire market is kind of down. I will continue to buy at these, major prices. I'm going to be talking to you guys about those major prices as well later on in this video. And we're going to be talking about why as well. So let's just jump in and let's talk about some exciting things happening around the Casper ecosystem. So first off, we just hear many of you asked me about Casper advantages over other blockchains. Casper Network is not fighting other transaction quantity per second because there are much more important things to cover. Think about utility, not hype created by influencers, long-term goals. And of course, we do see here some major overall, comparison first generation blockchains and then Casper. Scale without sacrifice, low risk, easy to use, sustainable cost, and of course future proof. And you guys could read all about this if you guys do want, but it's more so regarding everything that I have been talking to you guys about on a day-to-day basis, with in terms of the predictable gas fees, the scalability factors, the sustainability factors. I mean, overall, when we're talking about Casper compared to many of the first generation blockchains, I know a lot of people bring up HBAR versus Casper, completely different markets that we're seeing. First off, for both of them targeting specific different markets, but also it's the idea that, listen, there's going to be enough money moving into the space for a lot of these layer ones to eat anyways. Casper definitely is one to continue to keep an eye out on because of the ROI potential, but also because they are continuing to update us and announce multiple massive things as well at a time. We also here bought another nice little chunk of Casper yesterday at almost 8 cents. Still bullish on the technology ecosystem and the potential ROI long term. And for those that do not know the ecosystem, here you guys do have active building on Casper is continuing to grow. DeFi, CeFi, as you guys can see on the chart here as well. Wallet providers, validators and staking pools, partners as well. Even developers. There's so much happening on this ecosystem. I know that there's not always a lot to talk about, but a lot of things are still being built. We got to realize that Casper is almost 1 year old currently in terms of its major launch. Development-wise, yeah, it's a little older, but for the most part, in terms of its actual network launch, it's only about a year old. And it has done incredibly well for itself in terms of, major companies building on this network as well as the major updates as well in such a short amount of time. We also are super excited to partner with the Arcadia Group, integrate Casper ecosystem on DTO Bridge marketing initiative. Arcadia's, I don't know why I said Arcadia. I meant Arcadia. But Arcadia is making a custom front end to support and become a validator of DTO together with Moonbeam. We are expanding our products towards Casper ecosystem. So this is actually pretty significant as well. This is a real-time decentralized Oracle and cross-chain liquidity network for the Polkadot ecosystem. This is going to be a huge, integration. I think that this is going to be very, very exciting as well. And of course, we do see here Oracle is working with the Arcadia Group to build a multi-chain bridge on Casper mainnet, scheduled for launch next week. Mind you, this is next week, so like around the 18th, if you will. This will allow users to transfer assets between Casper and other chains supported by our liquidity network, a first ever for Casper Network. This is extremely bullish. Here you have the multi-chain. This is the breakdown of it as well. Binance Smart Chain, Phantom, Polygon, Ethereum, Moonbeam, and Casper. And of course, connect to Ethereum to verify USDT, request bridge transaction validity. And here you guys have that validator. This is all going through an easy step-by-step process. This is going to be very bullish. And this is going to get released next week. So this is something that's been building. Also, this is a 74.4K followed ecosystem, which is incredible, or I should say network technically. And of course, the Arcadia group is also fairly large. I know that's only 3,300 followers, but I've seen their name around very, very often. But guys, pay attention to the development happening on Casper because it has not slowed down. We also hear one Casper Labs tweet says it all. Here is NFTs. This come from Ashok Renadive. I'm hoping that I'm saying that name right. But at the event, there's a lot happening in the NFT space. We were working with use cases in supply chain and vaccines, tracking movement of containers using geofencing, financial contracts, insurance policies, and much more. And of course, this is happening within the tokenization NFT space. Guys, I've told you, NFTs are going to be massive. They have not even scratched the surface of adoption. And I really do believe that we are going to see a lot more, updates within the NFT sector as well. But also, we do see here Casper. This would make me happy. Now, let's talk about some major price action moves here. I'm just going to buy more anytime we challenge lows and accumulate as much as possible. I believe we can reach 70 cents, $1.30, and $4 to $5 longer term Casper. Closing wicks at $30 to $60 would just be icing on the cake. And check out this chart, guys. This is absolutely ridiculous in terms of the price appreciation. We actually see this two wave, right? This is the second wave down here, coming down to test those lows, going back to August. Funny thing about this is, guess what we just tested, right? These are, of course, almost those August lows exactly. The August lows are around 6 cents. Just saying, if we hit 6 cents, I am going to be scooping up as much Casper as I possibly can. But we do see from here, we'll continue to build out. Now, this is actually saying around February that we would be at around 70-some cents. Not too sure if it's going to happen in February. It could be pushed out a little bit more. Then it kind of ranges on, comes down and tests around like 30 to 45 cents before one last major push to like $6 to $9, which is crazy. Now, of course, I've always said longer term, there's so much more price appreciation happening for Casper. And of course, we do see Kevin Cage here saying, I can't believe, people think I'm paid to show any project. That's laughable. I'm not. Meanwhile, there are dozens that have done over 100x in 2 years, and people think it's crazy for me to think that we can climb to 70 cents per fib levels. That's only a 7 to 8x. Not crazy to me. Don't buy anything until you fully research a project and understand time expectations. If you can't see yourself holding for years, don't come to crypto. I've written a couple 100x returns before, since 2017. I'm patient. Nothing is guaranteed in this crazy space. And that is the truth, right? Like, everybody wants massive gains overnight. Like, for an example, right? The fib extensions on, Casper right now take us to around like $1.56, right? There's many other fib extensions that take us way higher. The only reason why I don't push those is because of the idea that I don't want to give you guys, pure hopium. I don't want you guys to, think like that we're going to go to these major price, predictions overnight or anything like that, because it's just not viable. Okay, and it's not realistic that it's going to happen tomorrow, next week, 6 months from now, or even a year from now. But in terms of price action and price appreciation, Casper at 70 cents for an example. So Kevin Cage's almost bare minimum prices. So 1 second, I don't know why that just glitched out. But there you guys have it, a 753% run, $2.4 billion in market cap. I mind you, okay, to get us into the top 100, just the top 100 would put us at around 28 cents. Okay, if we got to, we'll just say like the top 50, all right, it puts us well over 70 cents at 80 cents exact. Okay, I think 80 cents is bare minimum prices for Casper. I've said this. In fact, for Casper itself, I've always said major high targets like $4 to $7. Okay, at $4, it's a $13.9 billion market cap. $7, it's a $24.3 billion market cap. Okay, this price prediction up here at around like $6 to $9, we'll just say like this is $8, right? At $8, it takes us to a 97X, $27.8 billion. And of course, at $9, 109X, $31.2 billion market cap. And trust me, I'm not saying that that is bare minimum market caps. I'm just saying at the current market scale, we're nowhere close to the all-time highs for a lot of these altcoins. We know that a lot of these altcoins have hit $100 billion plus in market cap. And I'm not saying that Casper is going to, just go to $100 billion in market cap overnight. No. But I will say this. When we're talking about those major, wicks to $30 to $60, imagine if we hit $30 for Casper. A 365X, $104.1 billion in market cap, or $60, 208, a 731X. Now, it's not like I'm not going to be taking profits on the way up. Trust me, I will be. But those targets, okay, at a $208 billion market cap is not unachievable. Yeah, it's going to be taking a lot of time to get there. It's going to be a patience game, but those wicks are possible. Okay? I mind you, on the daily chart, if we're going back in time, the $4.38 range is very possible. If we're going all the way to the top of this candle here, which was an ICO wick, we're talking about like a $66 Casper. I'm not going off of that. In fact, I've always said I'm more so in the $4 to $7 range, and I still think that $4 to $7 is very well possible. Maybe not in the short-term aspect, but in the short-term aspect, yeah. I mean, we could expect some nice, targets. We're talking more so about like 85 cents, to like $1. With even $2 being like, a nice area, right? Which $2 brings us to about a $6.9 billion market cap, 23x. But I really do believe that Casper is one of my major 100x asset choices. We are seeing massive growth. We're going to see continued growth around this as well. And guys, crypto adoption is continuing to happen. Institutional money is flowing in. Enterprise money is flowing in. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, this comes from Blockworks, $10 trillion in value to offer crypto trading. We're going to continue things, like this. We're going to see things moving like this. Crypto is so early. It's still in its infancy stages. I am very excited for projects like Casper to continue to build out their ecosystem to even greater heights, because guess what? These are massive, low-figure assets that have the potential to return massive X's on your investment. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.